091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, this whole WikiLeaks situation is very complex, but bottom line, it's the pretext to bring in censorship control of the web. With the whole cybersecurity system being built up, and John Young of Cryptome.org predicted this. He's, again, the original WikiLeaker. He's the guy that set up the website originally for them, but then he pulled out very quickly. Now, he said years ago, looks like a Soros-type operation. Now we have clear connections to that. That's even mainstream media. Now, this is a short segment, long segment coming up, John, but I want to give you the floor. You talk about this, this being foggy. Bring clarity. I mean, as somebody who probably knows more about this than anybody else, in the next 4 minutes, you've got the floor. What do you want to say to folks about this? What do you think is most important?
Well, follow the money is, of course, a cliche, but true here is that for 2.5 years, WikiLeaks was on the verge of bankruptcy. They shut down for a few months and came back with bombshells, and suddenly the money started pouring in. This is a well-known business model to hand out free cigarettes and then sell them after you get the addiction started. And so that it's also a well-known government technique to create a crisis, claim that we can't survive without it, and then demand more taxes and more budget increases. And so just watch how this unfolds. So I expect that there will be continuing crises raised by the WikiLeaks model, and that from low-level secrecy documents, we'll start getting dribbles of higher secrecy documents. It'll be dribbled out over time as they're now dribbling out the secret stuff. And so we'll get some more bombshells because it's proven to be extremely effective. Now, you know that we've kept the war on terrorism going exactly the same way. And so that these imaginary wars are very lucrative, particularly to governments and contractors who service governments, as well as individuals who seem to oppose governments. So I'm down on anti-war people as well as pro-war people because they seem to be working hand in hand. So I think that that's the lesson we've learned running our site, that there were all sorts of threats imputed to Cryptome. None of that has come to pass. It was just a shell game to make it seem like there's a threat, but there wasn't. We've never been shut down except by one time by Microsoft, which then withdrew it. WikiLeaks was shut down once by a court, but then that was withdrawn. As far as I know, no officials have ever approached WikiLeaks with a threat. Now, maybe they have, and they've kept it quiet. We always publicize when we're approached by officials to let them know that this is something of a shell game. So we'd like to see more attention paid to how often this occurs, not by WikiLeaks, but by others who are rushing to their support, but also rushing to oppose them. There's money to be made in this. And I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the so-called outlaws, the so-called dissidents. This is a big-time operation. Everyone's getting in on this. So I'm admiring this taking place. So it'll be kept going for quite a while. Money's pouring in from all sides to both sides of the fight. And so this use of the word cyber war is exactly part of that, our info war. Now, no, I'm not attacking your use of it, Alex, because you started this long ago. But right now, they're actually trying to escalate this into war-like crisis because this brings out the money.
Yeah, when I talk about InfoWar, I mean getting people talking, saying no to tyranny. Their InfoWar, they're talking about hacking and more the Pentagon version of that.
That's right. And so that's what Cybercom is now doing. They're going to milk cyber threats as much as they can over the next several years. And that's why I think that the Bradley Manning thing was a sting. They teach this stuff at Fort Huachuca, Alex, how people like Bradley Manning can do this and set up these sting operations. And so he was trained there. And so this smells like that to me. And there'll be more coming, though, because right now they're just testing the public's reaction with this low-level secrecy revelation, but the other stuff will come.
All right, stay there. We're going to come back in 3 minutes, John, long segment, and I want to continue to drill down into WikiLeaks. I mean, obviously, you've got all these Soros, CIA connections, Cass Sunstein. Sunstein writing 2.5 years ago, that they would infiltrate the web, pose as activists, create crisis, then bring in censorship legislation. That's now happening. We'll be right back. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today. Hi, this is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about the delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. I've told you for years that eFoods Direct has the best storable food on the planet. Now it's that time of year again, and their holiday special is here. They have 2 holiday-priced packs for you to put into your reserves for a secure future or to share with others. The first is a 6-month bulk supply in 10 cans. And the second is a 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals, including delicious bakery items shipped in heavy tote bags. Now, for a limited time, when you order 2 or more of these special holiday packs, you'll get free shipping on your entire order. Call now, 800-409-5633, or visit them at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633, or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot Movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family. Not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to Gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
Again, go to Gusset.com/America today.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
John Young of Cryptome.org, the original WikiLeaker. That's the New York Observer headline. He set up the site for him originally, but then immediately got suspicious of it. And this is the pretext. Just like they set up Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, they're now setting this up. And now they've got thousands of hackers attacking MasterCard, Visa, Sarah Palin for calling Assange un-American. You know, I don't want to hate Sarah Palin, but give me a break. She said that the South shouldn't have attacked North Korea and that we've got to stand with North Korea. She doesn't know that North Korea is the Stalinist state. She's now come out and said that Assange is un-American. Assange is Australian, honey. But this is just getting crazier and crazier by the minute. And now they've released cables dealing with DynCorp running little kidnapped boys, which you see in the news all the time. But there is some pretty bombshell stuff in here. But could that be that the mainstream media is going through this and only covering what they want to go over? Because so much of what I've read, and I've tried to go through a lot of it, and so much of what the media has picked up on really reinforces the whole war on terror propaganda. And anybody who knows the basics understands just because some document's secret doesn't mean it's true. They had the Office of Special Plans saying they knew where the WMDs were, and that was secret. So some of the biggest propaganda you see is inside government because it's an echo chamber of brainwashing. John Young of Cryptome.org, what's your view on what I just said?
Well, all classification is used to exaggerate the importance of information. And so you shouldn't believe something because it's secret, top secret, whatever. These are glamorizing terms. And so that, and by the way, people inside secret keeping know this, and that's why the stuff leaks out. Is the really important information is not classified. In fact, you don't even know it exists. So these known classifications are subterfuges to make it seem it's important stuff. Secondly, is these cables look like they were written from reading the press rather than the other way around. And as we know, that's a common way that embassies gather information is read the press and quote it as their own views.
Yeah, they've got to file reports, so they sit there with the Word document open, cutting clips out. In fact, that's already been pointed out, that a lot of this stuff was excised right out of newspapers and not even changed. So it's a bunch of neocon propaganda.
That's right, and but that's what the media, sorry to say, that's what most of the media does for a living. Either quote each other or most of them quote one or two other stories, do almost no original reporting because that takes time, and they've got a deadline to meet, they always say, and we have limited space, they always say, and so we've got to go with what everyone else is doing.
Well, look, they get a government press release, and they put that in the article, and then the embassy takes the article that's a boiled-down government press release and then puts it out as secret. That's like a few months ago, they made all the TSA workers top secret or secret clearances. That way they can't protect themselves with a union. That way they can be lied to about the terror threat. That way they can feel like they're all James Bonds. It's kind of like giving somebody at a newspaper associate editor title in lieu of pay.
You hit it right on the head. These are often ways to boost morale within an organization, is declare something secret and let you in on it. By the way, as they do this to presidents, too, as they read them into the secrecy world, and shall I go on with this?
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, is that, because, we have all these people outside government saying, we got to do this, we got to do that, and then they go inside and suddenly they don't say that anymore. And it's usually because they've been read into the secrecy world where they're under lifetime threat to never disclose it, and they suddenly shut up. It's a one-way street, and you can never back out once you're in. That's why there are no ex-spies. Every spy has lifelong secrecy built into their blood. And that's why some of them are out there bullshitting about what they're revealing, because they're under lifetime constraint, and just a serious constraint. But mainly is that it's a good way to make a living. Being inside the secrecy world is an awfully good thing. Of course, it started when the first church was set up, or the first kingdom was set up, so it's been around for a while, Alex. Secrecy is a narcotic against them. And the biggest threat to the secret keepers are people who are outside that world, not the other secret keepers in other countries or other churches, but those who are outside who might blow the whistle on this.
Well, I have to agree with you on this because overall it allows the dominant media that's being supplanted by alternative media to demonize the internet, to begin to grow the surveillance grid towards the original incremental shutdown of the web. All of this happens, the web as we know it, all of this happens with the backdrop of the FCC commissioner saying freedom of speech is an aberration in the media. We're going to shut it down. Government approved. All of this comes out with a backdrop of the cybersecurity legislation, which just legalizes what's already is in place. The Cyber Command admits 2 years ago they've been launching, quote, attacks against themselves to test systems. We know they hire most of the hackers. We know that Assange got in trouble many years ago and was kind of brought into that world. But I think like Lee Harvey Oswald, there's a good chance they're, again, setting him up. Or this could be all part of a big pageant, kind of like Daniel Ellsberg and the Pentagon Papers, where they tried to prosecute him, but then the case fell apart to give him street cred. We know the naval intelligence operative, Woodward, was with Deep Throat. Alexander Haig and Kissinger. Deep Throat, we know, is a composite to burn Kissinger, to burn Nixon. So the whole way this is going, it's very, very clear. But then you've almost got to support Julian Assange because the charges